What is going on, guys? And today I'm going to be showing you how to record video games. I know in the title the main focus of this is Minecraft, but don't worry, this should work with the majority of video games. Like all the games you can see here, it should work with that. So I get asked this question a lot, so I thought I'd show you guys how I do it. Now, the first things first, you're going to need a decent computer. Not top of the range $2,000 computer, you're not going to need that. You're going to need a decent computer, one that can play Minecraft around 60 FPS. And the reason I say 60 FPS minimum is because when you start recording with any recording software, your FPS will drop. Now, I can play Minecraft on average day around 125 FPS, maybe 200 FPS, but as soon as I start recording, it will drop to about 90 FPS, and that is effective on everybody's computer. Everyone will get a drop in FPS when they record. The better computer, the less of a drop. But if you can play Minecraft on 60 FPS without recording, and you'll drop to about 30, and 30 is the minimum that you want to record on. Any less than 30, you're probably going to have a bit of a laggy video and people are not going to like it. So that is the very first thing you need. You need a decent computer. Now, the next thing you're going to need a recording software. Now, there are a few recording softwares out there, but the main one I use is Fraps. I think it's the most straightforward, probably the best one for file size and quality ratio. There are other ones like Dxtory, which I have there as well. People might say Dxtory is better, but I think if you're just starting out, Fraps is probably the best one to use because it's nice and simple and it's very straightforward. And now another program, I don't see a lot of people using this, but it really is helpful, is Sizer. Now a link for Sizer will be in the description, so make sure you go and download that, and then I'll show you how to use that in a bit. But go and download both of these programs. Fraps you have to pay for, so you can find it other ways, but I would recommend going to pay for it because it is really cheap and it is really good if you really want to start recording videos. Now, once you've got both of them programs, you want to open Fraps, and I've got Fraps already open here, and you're going to see this screen. This screen is your registration details, the version you're using and stuff. I probably need to update my Fraps there, it's a bit old, but you're going to see all your information there. Now, there's not much on this page you really need to mess with apart from one thing, but I'll go through all the options. Now, you've got Start, Fraps, Minimize, totally up to you. You do whatever you want with that one. Fraps Windows always on top, same again, totally up to you. Run Fraps on Windows Start. I wouldn't recommend that because I don't like programs running when my computer starts up, so I uncheck that. Now this is the one that you're going to need to pay attention to. Monitor Aero Desktop, DWM. What that means is when that is checked, you're going to be recording your whole desktop screen, like the start bar, all your icons, you're going to be recording that. Most of the time that's not checked for me because all I'm recording is just my game. So if that's off, you're just recording the game. If that's on, you're recording everything on your screen. Because I'm doing a tutorial, it's on right now, but usually it's off because I want to record a game. Minimize to system tray, off, doesn't really matter, totally up to you. Now this next tab is FPS. Now what it is benchmarking. What benchmarking is when you play a game, benchmarking will kind of tell you what the best FPS you will get on that game. I've never really used this option in Fraps before, so I can't really tell you much about it, but you press F11, it will benchmark the game for you, tell you what the best FPS you're going to get. The only option I've ever used in this is this bit here where you can select where you want your little FPS counter to be. Mine's in bottom right at the moment, so you can see it down there. I'm not going to go too much detail into this, but that is that tab basically. Next one is probably the most important one, and it is about recording. Now let me go through this. Now this first one here you can see is where you want your video to be saved. Now my video is saved in my videos recording Fraps, and you can change it by clicking this and select where you want it to save, and then you click this, it will view the folder where it's saved at the moment. Now the next one is video capture hotkey. Now this is the button that you need to press to start recording. Mine's set to F9. I think F9 is default, so as soon as I start pressing F9 it will start recording my video. Now you can set it to whatever you want, and we've got video capture settings here. Now this one is quite important. This will be the FPS which your video records in. It might say like 60 in the top right hand corner of your video, but it's only going to capture in 30. So most videos on YouTube are only 30 FPS because that's all YouTube accept, but I know a few people who record in 60 FPS and say it's better quality. Now I don't believe that. 60 FPS is just overkill in my opinion because YouTube only accepts 30 FPS. Now when you start messing with sizes of videos, like when you get a video that's 1080p 60 FPS and you need to squash it down to 720 and you need to squash it down to 30, that's when you start losing quality of videos, whenever you start messing with it and start squashing it down. So if you try and upload a 60 FPS video to YouTube, YouTube's going to squash it down to 30 FPS, and that's when you're going to lose some quality. It's not going to be terrible quality, but you will lose some. So I like to just keep it at 30 so YouTube don't mess with it and it just uploads straight to YouTube. And you've got full size or half size. What that basically means, full size will record the whole size of your window, or half size will record half your window, so it will scale down the video while it's recording. Loop buffer length, never mess with that, so just leave it. Split movie every 4 GB. When a movie recording reaches 4 GB in size, it will start a new file. I don't like that, so I just have it in one big file, so I leave that checked. Sound capture settings, you want to check this box always because that will record your game sound. So if you want to hear you breaking blocks in Minecraft, or you want to hear the gunshots in DayZ and Arma 2, then you'd need that on. That needs to be on, and always select stereo, not multi-channel. Now this one here is not checked for me, but I'd recommend you guys to check it, because what this one does is record your voice. Fraps has the capability to record your voice. I don't record my voice with Fraps, only because I used to, but it used to mess up for me. I used to get out of sync and stuff like that. I don't see a lot of people with this same problem, so I would just recommend just using this to record your voice. And then these ones down here, hide mouse in cursor video, totally up to you. You can do whatever you want. Lock frame rate while recording. Now if you're the type of person that only gets around 60 FPS playing Minecraft not recording, I would recommend turning that on, because that'll just lock your FPS, so it's just less stressful on your computer. Now force lossless RGB capture, what that means is super high quality. There's no point turning that on. It will be really slow and it will take you a long time, and the file size will be really big. But they are probably the most important settings within Fraps. And then you've got screenshot tab here. Basically this is like pressing F2 in Minecraft. When you take a picture, you press F10, it'll take a picture of Fraps instead, and it will save it here. But that is basically all the Fraps settings gone through. So that is how you record with that. And then the next program, if you've got it, is Sizer. Now what you want to do with Sizer, download it, install it, double click on it, and then a little icon should appear down here. Here you can see my little icon. Now you want to open that, and you'll get a little program like this. Oh, let's get that off. And then in default Sizer, when you download it, you'll have a list of resolutions there. Just delete them. Just like click on it, hit delete. You don't want any of them. They're pretty useless. And then once you've deleted all them, you want to click add, and then you want to add all the settings I've got here. As you can see, you want a description 720p, the width that, the height that. Some of you might be saying that is bigger than 720p, and you're right, it is bigger. The reason being is Sizer sizes the whole window and not just the inside of the window. Now Fraps records just the inside of this window here. It doesn't record like the blue bar around the outside, but what Sizer does, it incorporates the whole window, so it incorporates the blue bar. So what you need to do, you need to make the size a little bit bigger than 720p, so just the inside of this part of the window is 720p, not the outside. If that was a bit difficult to understand, just copy these settings you can see right in front of you, and you will get a 720p video. So just copy everything you can see here, show tooltip, all them, just copy it all the same, and then name it 720p, and then click OK. And now what you need to do is open your game. I'm using Minecraft at the moment, but it could be any game. But one important thing is you need to play your game in windowed mode. So if you've got a game like Team Fortress and it's filling up your whole screen, it's not going to work. So you need to have it in windowed mode. Now once the game's launched, you want to right click in the bottom right hand corner here, click 720p, because that's Sizer right there, and it will automatically change your window to 720p. Now I know that's ready to go 720p right now. Now if I go into a game, go into my Tesla Let's Build World, I'm at my doghouse video here. You can't see the FPS icon, but usually a FPS icon will be there or there. And now all I need to do is go and hit F9, it will turn red, and I'll start recording, and that is it. You can go into your folder where you've set the recordings to go, and you can check the settings, and it will be 720p exactly. Now next episode guys, I'm going to show you how to render the video, how to squeeze it down in file size and render it out in good quality. So keep a lookout for that. So I hope this really helps you guys, and I will see you again in the next video.